Halloumi, name is Phil, and welcome to ChipAdvisor. Yes, we're back. The food podcast that keeps on giving, episode 10, where we specifically dive into a food stuff or drink. We have done Fanta. I'm here with Mike. How are you, Mike?
How now, brown cow? Very well. Yes, yourself.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. This Sunday evening. We're a bit late recording this week, so we'll be squeezed to get it out for Monday morning, but we will do what we can. And I'm here with Lewis. How are you, Lewis?
I've been better, Phil. I'm currently locked in my house at the moment because we found a snake in the garden, and I'm absolutely terrified. So I have locked myself in my house, and I'm quite glad to have this to distract me from whatever is currently going on outside.
Oh wow! When you say we found a snake, which one of your pets found a snake?
Pet / son who was mowing the lawn.
Oh,
that's going to be a fright.
What type of snake is it?
A slithery one.
Excellent.
I don't like them. We found them in previous years, and I've been brave. But now I'm going to live in the vicarage.
Was it a slow worm?
It was not a slow worm. This is the first question that I get asked every time this happens. It was not a slow worm. It was a snake.
Did it have patterns over its back like an adder?
No, I think it was a grass snake from what was described and what I saw in my peripheral vision as I headed for the door.
You know what? I've always considered a grass snake and a slow worm to be the same thing.
Well, then you would be foolishly wrong.
They're just equally unscary, aren't they?
Oh,
well, I mean, this thing was a good 18 inches long. That is long enough to be. You don't get slow worms that big, do you?
Well, I'm sure people will write in and tell us.
I'm sure they will. I feel like we're missing Harry tonight already. We're missing Harry of his knowledge of all things botanical and wildlife. It's a good question.
Sadly, not here. Sadly, not here this week. But hopefully, he'll be listening, and this will put a smile on his beautiful face. So we're talking about halloumi, the cheese which has suddenly become really popular, especially over here in the UK. Apparently, it's in the UK they sell the most halloumi out of any European country except for Cyprus.
Wow!
So it's big. It's big. Mike, you a big fan of halloumi?
Yes, very much so. But I feel like it's got quite a short window of like when you can eat it. So it's got to be fresh off the grill or off the barbecue or out of the air fryer, wherever it's coming from. It's got to be fresh out, straight into mouth, because it very quickly loses its kind of almost gooey consistency.
Do you do anything to your halloumi, or do you just have it as it is? Just cook it up. Do you add in some chili or stuff?
Slabs. No, just cut it in slabs. Eat it.
Oh, okay. Lewis, you're a halloumi fan?
I do like it, but as I reflect on it, I'm not entirely sure why. It is a strange thing. It's very strange texture to it, and it's very salty. But I do quite like it. It is a confusing item of food.
I think my two favourite things in the world are salt and fat, and it's got both of those things. I think if you reduce all my favourite food types, they're either covered in salt or heavily cooked in fat, or they are just salt and fat. Maybe there's a market just for salty fat.
They call pork scratchings.
Well, yeah.
Yes, that's a good point. Good point, well made.
They are. Well, I know the reverse fact. I know that pork scratchings have exactly the same fat content as Rick Waller from Pop Idol. But I don't. I mean, moreover, I know that Rick Waller had the same fat content as a Port Scratchy, but I don't know what percentage it is. But I imagine that makes it fairly high. He was quite a big lad.
Is he still alive? Are you having more pops at the dead?
Oh, I hope not. No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, he was running a risk. But I'd like to think he was. I imagine he's had some kind of superstar diet as the Rick Waller fitness video. Is that out?
I don't know.
Are you researching as we speak?
Yeah.
Rick Waller 2023.
Rick Waller instantly became a star after belting out pitch-perfect songs on the very first series of Pop Idol.
Of course he did. What a guy.
Yeah. What
voice.
now? What now? His replacement. In week 2 of the finals, Rick Waller came down with laryngitis and was forced to drop out, and Darius stepped up. Apparently.
Who knew that it was going to be laryngitis that took him down rather than coronary disease? So what? What is he doing now, please?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Not really sure. It is vague. He did secure a job in 2014 as an exam invigilator around secondary schools in Kent. That's all I can tell you.
That's 9 years ago.
That was from an article just a year ago as well. I can't scroll any further without paying My London some sort of weird subscription.
Oh, he's got purple hair. He's got purple hair now. He's got a purple ponytail. And he's not lost his trademark figure. I think it's fair to say.
There are some people, some of our international listeners may well be thinking, what are you talking about? I'm tuning in for chat about Halloumi, not someone I've never heard of.
If I could, well, just on that though, just quickly, because it is his trademark that he was basically obese. And
trademark, is that the right word?
Yeah, I'd say that was his trademark. When you think Rick Waller,
yep,
yeah. So,
well, no, I didn't know the guy. I didn't watch it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I'm genuinely with our international listeners.
Oh gosh,
don't really know what's going on. I feel like I'm representing for the international.
I'm going to give you a little bit of showbiz gossip along the same line. So,
am I going to know who these people are?
Yes. Yeah. So on The Chase, there is a chaser. It's a quiz show, and there's a chaser called The Beast.
Yes.
And his real name is Craig Lebet.
Mark Lebet, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Mark Lebet. He is in my phone. He is in my phone book.
As Craig McLaughlin.
Let me just see what is in my phone book as. He's in my phone book as Craig Lebet. But anyway, so he is the Beast in The Chase, and he contractually is not allowed to fall below a certain weight, or he'll lose his gig on The Chase. That's a fact.
Well, I don't know if we have to edit that out for legal reasons or not.
No, you don't. He's told me.
Yeah,
he's told me.
Yeah. Maybe in private, Craig had a chat with you about that, but
no, that's perfectly. I'll happily take on any lawsuit that comes my way.
Okay, so Halloumi, Halloumi in the UK wasn't a big deal until fairly recently. It had been laying dormant in our refrigerator aisles for years and years, and then suddenly appeared, a bit like Shingles. It's there, and then boom, you're covered in spots and in agony. But boom, in Halloumi's case, is millions and millions of sales in the UK, which is really weird. Halloumi, very good.
Thanks.
And I don't know whether that was clever marketing from the Cypriot government, or whether that was just Jamie Oliver or someone must have done a Halloumi recipe. But it doesn't taste like cheese. It's not very cheesy. If someone said to me it was made of potato, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah. It's a curious texture.
It is a curious texture, and it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I compare the tastes to. It's a salty texture.
If it wasn't cheese, would you like it? Like if that was just a type of potato, would you still like it, or you like it because it's cheese?
Okay, bit of psychology here.
Yeah.
No, I just like it really.
Yeah, I think I just like it. I think I'm quite happy to accept it, cheese or other.
Okay. Okay. Do you want a very quick background on
Yes,
on
please.
halloumi? Okay.
Of course we do.
Okay. And they used to make it in villages in Cyprus, and literally the whole village would get together and make a giant halloumi. They started
Literally
doing this.
the whole village.
Literally the whole village used to get
How
together.
big are
And
these
make
villages?
well, we're talking sort of 3 to 500 AD. So I don't know. I'll tell you something I found interesting about the progression of mankind is that, you know, they started off. Hang on, I'll pause the Cypriot national anthem. They started off with, you know, they'd find a river. Good, you've got a water source, but you want to build some sort of, you know, village or town or area to live. But it was away from the water source, but maybe close to a lot of good farming land. So they would then just divert the river. You know, they cut into the river and divert it so it headed towards their village, and then they would have water. And that's just how all the rivers have gone. That's why everyone's got water. It's crazy, isn't it?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I was wondering about this the other day when I was driving.
No idea what you're talking about.
We have some tangents on this podcast, but this feels like it's right up there.
Well, that's what happened to the rivers. You know, people cut into them, and they kind of dug their own sort of river. They dug into the ground so that if they cut into the river, then the water would flow towards their new town and their new
like a sandcastle on a beach when you make your own little
moat.
Yeah, the little moats and down to the sea.
But that's how, you know, new areas, new communities could be established because they got water to the communities rather than having to leg it all the way, you know, hundreds of miles towards towns. Anyway,
Wow.
I was thinking about it as I was driving along, and
breaking news.
breaking rivers.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, there's a high chance we could edit out the river chat. That's fine. It's not a problem. If anyone else is fascinated about rivers, do get in touch. You know, in year 9, I really wasn't interested, but you know, having thought about it on my way to three-legged cross the other day, then yeah. So,
which for our international listeners is genuinely a real place.
Yeah,
real place. Got a very expensive garden centre. One which my mum and Mike's mum went to today and had a gluten-free scone and said it was horrendous and that she couldn't cut into it with a knife.
Oh, your mum and Mike's mum, did they go together?
Yeah. Very strange. Very strange.
Great.
Anyway, halloumi. Let's get back to.
I think
halloumi.
if you're gluten free and you get to a restaurant and there's something gluten free for you, you should just be blooming well grateful. That's my take.
Do you believe in? I know it's a bit like. Do you believe in dinosaurs? Do you believe in gluten free? Is that a thing?
No.
It's just people say it.
Yeah. It's like any of these tests you do. If you want to find an allergy, you'll find an allergy. Oh, I'm allergic to bread. Come on, grow up.
Do you think it's a fad?
Yeah,
think they'll grow out of it.
Yeah, it's a bit like the new romantic phase or the goths. Now we've got the gluten-free gang, haven't we?
Celiacs.
Yeah, celiacs.
So we're gonna look back on this in a number of years' time and go, "Oh, you remember those years? Good.
Those crazy cats.
Fancy bread with no gluten."
Rock hard.
The views of Mike Botto, not of the rest of this podcast.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't want to lose our celiac listenership.
No.
That is for sure. Anyway, back to Cyprus. Oh, we're going to have to loop round Cyprus. Here we go. So halloumi was made by whole communities. They made a big halloumi and then cut it up and enjoyed it together. Traditionally made of sheep and goat's milk, but these days is mass produced a lot out of cow milk because it's easier to come by, and you get a lot more of a milk yield from a cow than you do a sheep or a goat. It's quite a rough cheese. It gets broiled in its own way, which is what gives it the texture. Do you need any more information than that?
No, I'll be honest, that's more than enough.
Yeah. So I have a question, Phil, which I know you're our resident expert on halloumi. Does it have to be made in Cyprus to be considered to be halloumi?
Good question.
Have they got a monopoly on the title?
What you're saying is it a bit like champagne is in France?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You can't call it halloumi unless it's from halloumi. Is that what you're saying?
Well, is halloumi a place?
No.
Well, halloumi.
I'm not really saying that, but yes.
Halloumi is actually the Cypriot word for cheese.
That isn't true either. Mike
It
said
is
that
true.
confidently.
It is true.
I don't think it is.
It is true.
I don't. What really?
So what do they call other types of cheese?
The Cypriot Turkish word for cheese is helim, so it's called halloumi.
Right.
True story.
Yeah. I asked my question based on that. I'm
listening, Lewis.
Why is he muted?
Oh, he's muted himself.
Oh, I muted myself.
Oh,
Might
now
do a
you've
bit
got
of editing there.
another headset.
And now I can't hear you. Brilliant.
Oh no. I've got a great line that I'm going to deliver in a minute, but we should edit back in.
Make sure you're connected, Lewis, and yeah.
I can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've got a great line that follows on what I was just saying about the word helim.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we'll keep talking, and I'll keep playing.
I've completely lost you. Speak for a minute.
I'm playing the Cypriot national anthem for you.
1 2 1 2.
Check your wire.
He can't hear you.
I can't.
Check your settings.
It's such a good line as well. It might never see the light of day if this podcast dies.
How about now? 1 2.
I can hear you. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, you can hear me. I can't hear you at all.
What
1
about
2.
what now? Hello. What about now?
Should I just tell you the line because it was quite a good line?
No.
We're there. I don't know what happened there, but all
things just seem to default to something.
Oh,
Okay.
like it just has again.
No.
Okay.
We're good.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Okay,
So just pretend that I've just said helim for halloumi, and then I'll deliver my excellent line. You ready?
Halim for halloumi.
Yeah. So helim for halloumi, named after the place it was conceived, much like Brooklyn Beckham.
Cool.
Oh,
That interlude was really not. Yeah.
You could just edit that in. Great. Good.
In or out?
In defo. That's good. Strong. Just your reaction let it down, if anything, lads.
I was just expecting more because you built it up for a long time.
Well, I had no choice but to build it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough. So, halloumi, Lewis, you were asking if it's a protected.
I was
species.
Okay.
Yeah, a protected species. I asked this because I was buying some barbecue food in Tesco recently, and I was looking down the cheese aisle, I think, and I came across what was simply branded as grilling cheese, which I bought, which seemed to have all of the constituent components of halloumi, but without the word halloumi at any point on it. Is grilling cheese unbranded other region halloumi is my question.
That's a very good question, because you have, I know that feta is quite often rebadged as salad cheese.
I can tell you a bit about halloumi. The Cypriot government are trying to enforce a champagne-esque rule on halloumi. They want so in America, for example, halloumi is a registered trademark owned by the government of Cyprus.
Oh.
Okay, so no one is allowed to use it in America unless they go through the government of Cyprus. In the UK, the word halloumi is owned by the Foundation for the Protection of Traditional Cheese of Cyprus, named halloumi. However, it doesn't have a PDO on it or protected designation of origin currently in the UK, so people can get away with making it and calling it halloumi. But I think as we're recording, the next sort of few months and years, that will probably change. I think the Cypriot government are seeing it's a bit of a moneymaker for them.
It's the 4th biggest export out of Cyprus.
Oh, I love this game. I'm going for olives.
Right.
No.
Really?
Oil. Olive oil,
is
surely.
second on the list.
Oh, this is like Family Fortunes, but an episode I've never seen before.
Yeah. Right. Cyprus. Right. We're thinking here.
So oil, some sort of sand.
Oh. Well, no.
Stones. Sorry, Lewis, it's your turn.
No.
That's all right. I was thinking some kind of wine. You get Greek kind of wine. No,
I'm afraid not. No, not even in the top 5, guys.
Oh.
Okay. I was gonna go for some sort of fruit like figs.
Yeah.
Figs? You're settling on figs?
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's not there. Which means we have to pass to the Robinsons. So, Robinsons, now's your chance to steal. Lewis, you can play you can play the slightly overbearing father of the Robinsons.
Okay, everyone be quiet. I've got the answer here. I'm gonna say kumquats.
Oh, no. I'm really sorry, boys. The number one.
Hang on.
Well, you've got your money, Phil. You've got your points. We'll move on to the next round, really, to be honest.
To be honest, this is a bonus quiz for everyone.
Exactly. I've got another bonus quiz as well. Anyway,
I was going to say vine leaves.
No. Oh, God, no. No. Number 3 is pharmaceuticals. 2 was oil. Number 1, their biggest export is boats. They make a lot of boats.
Oh, well.
Oh, in value, not quantity. Surely they ship
more
liters of oil than they do quantities of boats.
Yeah, you would think so. I can't tell you that.
How underwhelming that boats was the answer.
Yeah. No, they ship a lot of kumquats in Corfu.
Do they now?
Where I went to last year, which was my slightly roundabout thinking of why I went there, but I shouldn't have silenced the children and their views on things from in the Family Fortunes game.
Well, it is what it is. Completely unrelated. Just while we're chatting away, I had a bit of a traumatic week this week. I had my my nose waxed.
So
I had a nose wax.
Why?
Okay, first question. Well, why is a good question. Second question: is a nose wax internal or external?
It was internal.
Okay.
Yeah. So hot wax, up your nose. Couple of like cotton bud type things up your nose. Leave it there to set just for a couple of minutes. That's the official. I think the official rule is a couple of minutes. He left it in there for, I would say, a good 10 minutes, to the point where it did not want to come out. And
solidified.
Yeah, very much so. He was trying to twist it out. Like, meanwhile, there's like blood pouring from my nose, trying to twist it out. No, will not give. And then eventually a yank. And he showed me.
An American came and did it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. An American man popped in and gave him a hand. And between the two of them, they managed to get both sticks out. And he took the time to show me what was on the wax, on the cotton bud. and I had to politely nod and pretend that I could see, but there were just tears just streaming, like a Coldplay song. Tears streamed down my face. Horrendous. Don't do it.
Do they leave the cotton buds up your nose so like you end up with little wax lollipops up your nose?
That's exactly what it is. It's like it's like a little wax lollipop, and then out it pops. Or that's meant to just pop, but it was not. It was more of a okay. We'll just try twisting it. He basically had one leg up on the arm of my chair, trying to yank it out of my nose. It was a very, very unpleasant experience, and there were a few stragglers as well. Paid £4 for it.
Where did you go for a nose wax?
That was in Reigate, near Surrey. Reigate in Surrey.
Yeah. So let's circle right back around to the original question that Phil asked. Why?
Oh well, I'm very hirsute in the nasal department, and it's a frustration. So I figured, well, it's £4. Let's give it a whirl.
Do you know what?
Give it a whirl.
You think that it's a bad thing, but those hairs have got a purpose.
I know, they're like camel's eyelashes, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, and that they
Mike's
stop
are
things getting in. They stop things getting in, don't they?
It's a really long moustache you got coming out your nose.
Yeah. Like they stop the germs coming in, don't they?
Yeah. So I understand. My wife doesn't want nasal hairs visible from my nostrils. No wife does, of course not. So I'll give the odd trim now and then, but I'm not getting rid of all of them because they have a function. You watch. I bet you have a cold in the next few weeks.
How are you trimming them?
You are so vulnerable.
Are you using that awkward like battery operated thing with the little grill on that goes up and
yeah,
round?
Yeah, definitely.
The circle attachment. It's also meant to be for your ears, and I don't know how that works.
Oh,
well, he asked me afterwards, did I want my ears doing? No, I did not. Good grief.
No. Yeah, I mean, last time I went to a barber's, and I don't like going to the barber's. I've effectively been having a midlife crisis for at least 10 years, growing it long, getting it cut, growing it long. Anyway, so last time I went in there, he just he got a candle, held it to my ears, and then just blew on the candle like the flame. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. He did that.
He did that to me as well because I didn't want wax. He decided, oh, you don't want to wax? That's fine. I'll just set them on fire. Yeah. And I could just smell burning all the way home.
Yeah,
and I could smell it really well because my nose was completely clear.
Have you ever burnt halloumi?
Oh, bringing it right back. Always on the barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely on the barbecue every time. Yeah, yeah. Sticks to the old grills. Yeah.
I like a bit of chili on my halloumi. Halloumi is actually often it's baked when they're making it in mint, either fresh or dried mint. But you don't get that much of a minty taste from it. And
there's definitely something green in the packs when you buy halloumi, in like the water that surrounds it.
Why are they
juice?
Why are they vacuum sealed?
Why are they?
Yeah, most cheese isn't vacuum packed, is it?
But there's a juice. There's a
Well, there's the same in a ball of mozzarella.
Well, yeah, but that's vacuum packed.
No, it's not vacuum packed. It's packed with a river of gunk, but it's not vacuum packed.
Well, there's no air getting in or out.
Well, yeah, but there's air in there. There is no air in halloumi, so why?
Oh, that I can't help with, I'm afraid.
So I'm surprised by your talk of eating it, Phil. I thought from comments so far that you weren't a fan. I've obviously got that wrong.
You know what? It's the sort of thing that you eat because you don't even realise that the peer pressure, that comes with taking halloumi to a barbecue, and then you'll eat it because it's cheese, and you think, oh yeah, I do like cheese, so I will have some. But I could easily go without halloumi. Easily, it's weird. It's because it's popular. It's quite often hard not to have halloumi.
Burger King quite recently released their halloumi burger as one of their vegetarian options. I'm not sure how I'd feel about that.
Halloumi as a meat replacement is common, isn't it?
It is. I think I feel about as bad as when you have a vegetarian burger, which is just a big mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm for that.
I mean,
no.
no, that's not a thing.
Yeah,
That's
I don't like it when
that's a side.
mushrooms as a bun is ridiculous.
Oh
You
no,
know,
not as a
That's a
bun.
bun.
Yeah,
I've
they
never
say-
seen it as a bun.
I've seen it. I've seen a vegetarian, a vegan. No, vegetarian, not vegan.
You've not seen this. You've not seen this film.
I have a vegetarian burger that has got portobello, big giant mushrooms either side of a slab of halloumi with like tomato in the middle, and
Where have you seen this?
You are going to the most middle class barbecues.
Yeah, good grief. Not at my house.
No. I've just seen it advertised. I've seen it like going past a restaurant.
Advertised? Where have you seen it advertised?
Like at a restaurant or something.
Okay.
Listen, what out of the two do you prefer? Because there's two main things that I can think of that have been around for years and that aren't shingles. They've been around for years and then suddenly they've taken off, especially in this country. And they are halloumi and Lotus Biscoff, which at best was a bang average biscuit you got free with a cappuccino. So suddenly Lotus Biscoff is everywhere. Oh,
Really
we've got
is.
biscuit
Oh, it
spread.
is in milkshakes.
It's the latest McFlurry, lads.
Is it?
There
I
you
don't
go.
want to timestamp this too much, but it is the latest McFlurry.
This is it. This is the problem. This is.
I had one.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
It's very strange. Very strange. But
I'd take
it's
halloumi
nice.
over. I'd take halloumi over Biscoff.
Yeah, I think I quite like a Biscoff, but I think I'd definitely take halloumi over it.
Nutella was the same, wasn't it? Nutella was around for years, and it was the chocolate spread. But suddenly, again, that boomed just before Biscoff, and now like Nutella shakes and Nutella everywhere. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
But Biscoff's been massive, considering it was just a free biscuit.
Yeah.
And no one was fussed for the free biscuit. They've done some good branding there.
What's the next? I mean, what we need to work out is what's the next hot thing? What's going to step in? Is the rich tea going to suddenly emerge as the on-trend thing?
I would love that, but I don't think it's going to be
No.
the rich tea. I think it will be a vegetable of some sort. What are you thinking, Lewis?
Oh.
A vegetable? Parsnip. Maybe parsnip will be the thing.
Well, parsnip puree's big, isn't it?
Oh, a parsnip, or as my son calls them, undercover potatoes.
Oh, not the albino carrot.
No, undercover potatoes, because whenever you have them in a Christmas dinner, you think you're going in for a roast potato, and it's a cheeky little bit of parsnip.
Right, okay.
And he's
That's
not a fan.
true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
parsnip. That's my tip. That's my hot tip. That's going to be 2024 right there.
I reckon it might be jelly. Jelly might make a resurgence.
Oh, really?
Surely it's got to be something that we've spoken about on this podcast. Surely there's something we're going to bring. Maybe Angel Delight.
Every trend needs a setter.
This podcast is what it's doing.
Yeah.
That's my catchphrase, really. But
sorry.
That's fine. You don't see me walk around saying "How now, brown cow."
No, I just you hadn't used it, so
because you devalue your statement piece every time you say it because it's common. There's a time and a place for every trend needs a setter, and trying to butt in and steal my saying seems a bit underhand, if I'm honest. And maybe this is something we should talk about off air. But
okay, fine. You've got your thing, I've got mine. Lewis, what's Lewis's catchprise?
I would like a catchphrase.
Yeah,
maybe I'm the undercover potato.
Yeah.
The undercover potato.
I mean, I wasn't as the gladiator wolf of this podcast, according to Harry at one point.
Yeah.
The angry presenter, but I feel like I've softened
so far. Definitely, you've softened like a grilled piece of halloumi.
Lovely, good. That's lovely work.
Thank you.
Doesn't halloumi harden?
No, when you cook it, it softens definitely.
Isn't it quite soft already?
No,
it's quite hard because you can slice. You slice it, don't you?
Yeah.
Beforehand.
But the outside surely hardens, no?
No, Phil, you've lost this one. Right,
Yeah.
I've got a little game because I know Lewis has got a quiz, but I do just want to quickly. I thought we'd just have a quick go at this. I've got a famous person saying this. Here we go. Oh no.
Saying what again?
Saying this. Oh no. Oh no.
Anyone for a quiz?
Oh, that was rubbish.
This is what is wrong with this country.
Oh no. Let's play Lewis's quiz.
You just want Lewis's quiz?
Yes.
I mean, I'm happy to just edit and repeat you going, oh no. Oh no.
Just leave it in. Leave it in. I don't,
no.
you know.
Oh,
I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
Yeah, okay. Well, Lewis has prepared a quiz, so let's do a quiz.
I have.
It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. You know what? I'll start that again and edit that out so it's nice and clean.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
So Lewis has prepared a quiz. Let's get the quiz going. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. I'm excited, Lewis. Take it away.
Okay, we have a quiz based on cheese more broadly rather than just halloumi. And the quiz is the names I'm about to give you, are they a type of cheese or are they the name of a band? I'm going to give you an elaborate name, and all you need to do is to decide if it's the name of an obscure indie pop band or the name of a tasty cheese.
Okay, I'll get the tension bed ready.
Okay, so as Phil's in the top left-hand corner of my screen, I'm going to come to you first, Phil.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is Don Carlo. Don Carlo, band or cheese?
I'm going cheese.
You are correct. You take the first point.
I know,
Well done,
my
Phil.
cheeses.
Okay, Mike, here we go.
Okay.
I know you're a bit of an expert on all things music, so this should be easy for you.
Yes.
Peach cake. Peach cake.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a band.
It is a band.
Yes.
Very good. We're at 1-1. Okay, back to Phil. It's
No
tense.
pressure.
Okay. Half Moon Bay. Half Moon Bay.
Oh, that is so easy.
Band.
Unfortunately, it's a cheese.
Oh, Phil.
Half Moon Bay is a tasty blend of cow and goat cheese.
Oh,
Where's
dear.
it from?
Right.
The Half Moon Bay.
Yeah. Let's say that. Okay, number 4.
Very much like Brooklyn Beckham, named after where it was conceived.
Okay.
Right,
Well,
you're never going to meet him.
Mike, your one
Oh.
is Fat Bottom Girl. Fat Bottom
Whoa.
Girl.
Now, I
Cheese
see what
or
you've
band?
done there. I see what you've done there. I think that's a cheese named after the Queen song.
It is a cheese. It's a Californian cheese that uses raw sheep milk.
Yes.
I'll level
Okay.
with you. I thought you were going to be doing different types of cheeses. You're going for brands, aren't you?
Oh.
No,
Did you-
they're very much-
Pre-recording, you really were talking yourself up, Phil.
Well, I've done various cheese, or I've done player or cheese on our fantasy podcast. In our last year's village quiz, I did wheelbarrow, cheese, or sports person, and so I've researched my cheeses, but I've stuck to types of cheese, and now my confidence is dwindling.
I would very much say
Girl.
these are surely these are these are types of cheeses.
They're brands of cheese.
No,
You know, Cathedral City isn't a type of cheese.
no,
Oh.
but
It's a cheddar, isn't it?
yeah, but our last one was a Californian cheese that uses raw sheep milk.
Yeah, Phil.
So what type
Sorry,
of cheese
Lewis.
is
I'm
that?
really sorry about Phil, Lewis. He
I've-
gets
I've
like
put-
this.
I've put a lot of work into this quiz,
Yeah.
but now you're making me upset just because you're losing.
Yeah,
Do we
I'm
carry
really sorry
on?
he gets like this. He is
Yeah.
quite a poor loser.
Unbelievable.
I really
Right.
think you have been particularly nasty on this one. I really think you have
Very
been...
sorry. Very sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, now I've lost the thread now. Whose question is it? It's Phil, isn't it?
Me.
It's Phil's.
Okay, Phil. Type of cheese, name of cheese. I'll let you decide. Dressy Bessie. Dressy Bessie. Band or cheese? It is a band. Dressy Bessie are an Indian rockers from Denver.
Well done,
Okay.
Phil.
So well done, Phil. I hope you're feeling happier now.
Look at my face. Do I look happy now?
Yeah. What's the score? Is it 2-2?
2-2.
3-2 to
Mike's-
me.
No,
3-2.
Mike's got a game in hand. It's 2-2, but Mike's got a game in hand.
All right. Bad axe. Bad axe.
It's a cheese.
It is a cheese.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Oh!
Right. Phil. Half-handed cloud.
Half-handed cloud. Speaks to me of a band.
Is that your final answer? Bands. It is
Yeah.
a band. I know you're a big fan of Finnish music.
I am.
And
Having been there.
Yeah. So there you go.
Been to
Right.
Helsinki.
Yeah. So let's go for this one. Now, we are at scores on the doors are.
It's 4-3 to me with a go in hand. Because
Yeah, okay. So this
Phil made
this
what I like to call a Philly cheese mistake.
okay.
An idiot sandwich.
So
Come
so
on,
I would
strong.
say so
That
this
is
is
strong. Harry
this
will be
is-
phoning up and saying, fair play, that was good.
so I make this. This is for the win, Mike. This is
Okay.
for the win. This one's quite straightforward. A new buffalo.
Oh. Or is he double bluffing you?
That could be a double bluff, trying to make me.
could
New,
be.
a buffalo.
I'm going to say band.
I reckon he's double bluffaloing you.
Oh. The question. It is a band.
Yes.
It is a band. Now that is with 100% record there, I think.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Pouring myself the teetotal champagne that is sparkling water there. Yes, for the win.
Oh dear. Well, that was good, Lewis. Thank you for that quiz. It's nice. It's nice.
Oh, that's taking the wind out yourselves, hasn't it?
Do you want to try that again a bit, Phil? A bit more sort of authenticity about that was good.
Phil, do you want a chance to redeem yourself?
Was it double or nothing? Double or quit?
Listen to this. Oh, that wasn't very loud. Let me play it again. Who is saying this?
Grilled halloumi.
Oh, who's saying
Is it
that?
a
I'll play it
male
again.
or a female?
One more. Hold on. One more. And then you can ask me a question. I'll answer yes or no until you find out who it is.
That's good because we've still got listener questions to go.
Well, who's saying halloumi? Come on.
Is it a lady?
No. No.
Lewis, your question.
Oh, are they in the music industry?
Grilled halloumi.
Yes. They're
Is
in
it
the music
Will-
industry.
Is it Will Young who you left a Will Young concert? You were.
Oh, it's a funny story, isn't it? Oh, suddenly he's perked up.
I just said Will Young and then remembered that you stormed out of his concert. It just
I didn't
made me laugh.
storm out. I would say more of a sulk.
Yeah.
Actually, not even a sulk. More just my mood had shifted.
Oh, what did Paul Will do to offend you?
Well, okay,
wow.
so this is what happened. I went to a Will Young gig, and Will Young was on my hit list of people that I wanted to see live for my whole adult life. And he was coming to the local theatre, so booked tickets. Was struggling to get anyone to come with me, as is often the way with concerts that I want to go to. So I took my good lady wife, who very graciously in that moment said she'd come with me.
Does sound gracious.
Sorry?
Does sound gracious.
Well, it was gracious initially. So we went, we had a little bite to eat, lovely romantic evening it was turning into. And out came Will Young. Brilliant, fantastic. Couple of tracks in. My dear wife, Mrs. B, turns to me and says, "Sorry, could you stop that, please?" I said, "Sorry, what?" "Can you stop singing along? It's a bit embarrassing." Rude. I let it go, which is the name of a Will Young track for the record. I let it go and then carried on singing because I was enjoying the concert. And, you know, it's a concert. I have to sing along at a concert, surely. Anyway, he turned to me again a couple of songs later. "Seriously, Mike, you need to stop. They paid to watch Will Young, not you." At which point, I said, to quote another Will Young song, "I think we better leave right now." And ironically, we didn't see that song. We left. There was a slightly awkward walk across the car park. But by the time we got home, we were friends again. Alas, I only saw about half a dozen tracks of said gig. Sad times.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Anyway, it's one for the music industry. It's not Will Young. Who's saying this? Come on, who's saying it? Who's saying it?
Is it someone? Oh, I tell you what. Oh, I'm going to edit this into the start of the podcast. This week, we're talking about naughty Scottish singer Paolo Nutini's favourite food.
No, I'm afraid it's not. No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. So the music industry. Are they English?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Is it Rylan?
Oh, it's not Rylan.
I was.
You're not a million miles off with Rylan for reasons that may or may not become apparent sometime.
Right. Now it's interesting you said that, Phil, because that was exactly what was going through my mind.
Was it?
And now I do fear that Mike is going to do something which is in a particular form of pop culture that I'm not au fait with. But let's continue going.
We can do this.
So, okay. Have they had a hit in the last year?
No.
I think it's Scott Mills.
No.
Okay, you may have to tell us.
Okay, yeah. Are they a radio presenter?
No, not a radio presenter. No.
Yeah,
Come on, lads.
I'm struggling here, Mike. If I'm honest.
Oh, fine. It was Lee Ryan from Blue. So
I'm excited of how long we could have played this game for before me and Phil got there. Because
come on, lads.
I mean, for me, I don't think I ever would have got it.
You were close because you said Rylan, and his name is Lee Ryan, so it really wasn't a million miles away.
I think we could have played this game till I was spelling letters out to try and get the.
I think we could have played this game until jelly really was the number one big seller. Yeah.
Okay. I think we could have played this game until the patent for Halloumi went through with the Cypriot government for.
Oh well, there you go. Lee Ryan from Blue, ladies and gentlemen, offering his dates some halloumi.
Right, big shout out. Big shout out to Lee Ryan from Blue.
He's a bit of a wally, though, isn't he? Not a big fan of his, actually.
It's a smaller shout out then.
Yeah. Famously, as the second plane hit in 9/11, he was alive on Radio 1 doing an interview and said, "Yeah, it's bad, but there are a lack of whales in the sea as well." So,
did he actually say that, or is this another legal issue?
Actually did. That's not libelous either. Look it up. He actually said it.
So, in the references of today's podcast, your favourite, Mike, Rick Waller or Lee Ryan, was it?
Oh yeah, no, I like Rick compared to Lee. Right. I think he's probably got higher standards and is definitely more intelligent.
Okay. So your shout out to Lee Ryan has really been a dig.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rick Waller.
Yeah, big shout out to Rick Waller. Big shout out to Big Rick Waller.
Well, I don't think he needs big. I don't think he needs that. I think you wouldn't
it's
like
a trademark, Phil. It's his trademark.
It's not a trademark. You know, I don't know if you understand what a trademark is.
I do.
Has he registered it? Has he registered it? in this country.
I mean, it's a metaphorical trademark, Phil, but it's a
right.
trademark.
Okay, it's not a trademark, then, is it? It's not registered with IPO or the USPTO in America.
The step over would be a trademark of Lionel Messi's, but other people do step overs.
He does a lot of shimmies. I think he's quite good at a shimmy. More
But
than a
other people do
step over.
shimmies.
Yeah.
It'd be a trademark Messi shimmy, but other people do shimmies. I've proved my point. Listener questions. Let's crack on.
Listener questions. Okay, we've had a question here from Voicher on the Twitter on Chip Advisor Pod. What do you think about halloumi as a substitute for meat in some dishes? He recently tried a halloumi doner kebab and it was delicious. Would be interested if we would like something like that. Maybe halloumi burgers, which we talked about earlier. A halloumi kebab. I was around your house last night, Lewis, and that was an option from Jerry's in Blanna. I can't give away your location. From a shop near you.
I mean, I think the chances of someone off the back of a takeaway that delivers to a certain town tracking down Lewis, and I don't know what they're going to do to Lewis when they track him down.
I was going to say, are we about to slander this good takeaway?
No, they deliver quickly. Oh, I see. You want to maybe let them know that you're impressed with their delivery service and food.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry's in Blandford. Big shout out.
Yeah, very rapid with their delivery.
Absolutely.
Very rapid. Could have had a halloumi kebab.
Halloumi kebab.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have halloumi perhaps with my kebab. Or
as a side.
something in. Yeah, as a side. I don't want it as the main ingredient. No. Halloumi for me is a side.
Yeah.
Or an addition.
Okay. Jeff Sims says, I'll edit out a surname. Jeff says, what did the cheese say when it looked in the mirror?
Oh, gosh. It's impossible, is it not, to talk about halloumi without somebody making that joke? I think impossible.
I mean,
is it the law?
To let people behind the curtain, we're recording this Sunday night. You were due to record this on Friday, and Harry was due to be here on Friday. He could do it, and he was very excited to. He effectively said, "Leave that joke to me. I'm dealing with it." And then a question came in straight away from Jeff, didn't it? He wasn't happy.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's decided he can't record.
Could be the reason. Could be the reason.
Have we actually given the answer to the joke for any of the uninitiated? just in case.
And the answer is hello me.
Hello me. I had this conversation with my wife earlier on when we were walking the dog, and I was telling her that we were recording, that was the joke, and she was so angry about it that it doesn't work. It doesn't work as a joke.
She's not gonna like my intro to the podcast where I said halloumi, name is Phil, and welcome to Chip Advisor.
She won't.
She's gonna turn off instantly.
Yeah,
again.
She will again.
Well, a listen's a listen.
Well, I'm not sure actually. I think you do need to listen to a percentage of it.
Oh. Okay.
So maybe just get her to listen to the rest on mute.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
That'd work for me. It's still a listen.
Good tip for all our listeners. If you're not enjoying this at this stage, just stick it on mute.
Okay, Jake says, halloumi is basically the catfish of the barbecue. It looks so good, yet it should be nowhere near the rest of the flame grilled clan. I've got a lot of questions. Who's cooking catfish?
I mean, catfish is what a reference that is. I don't think I've ever had catfish.
No. Oh, do you not know what a catfish is, lads?
I've seen them. In Asia.
As in, the term catfish.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Read that question for me again, Phil. Now I'm looking at it now through another lens.
I'm going to read it again for me and you, Lewis.
Okay.
For you and for me and the entire human race, if you don't mind. It's basically the catfish of the barbecue. It looks so good, yet it should be nowhere near the rest of the flame grilled clan.
Okay, I'm with this now. Mike, do you want to explain to Phil the term catfish?
Oh, I've seen the program with Neve. What? Is it Neve?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you're both okay. So basically, lads, it's it's saying it looks good, but it's not. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. All right, with that.
I like it on a barbecue. I'm very happy to have it there. I think my only complaint is that the slices are never quite big enough. I'd like a steak style slice of it. Like a pork chop size slab.
That would be unhealthy.
Rather than rather than the small rectangles you tend to get dished up because of it's only sold in a certain size, or it seems to be over here.
So it sounds like you need to go back to the early days of villages when they used to create halloumis with the whole village when they used to.
I guess that
rivers.
I guess that's really maybe I invite everyone to get to the barbecue. I don't know, a couple of days early. I don't know, a few months early. I don't know quite how long it takes the process. But I ask everyone to come a bit early, and we'll make a giant halloumi to put on the barbecue
and go back in time a few hundred years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I need to go back in time to do that?
I was thinking this was a historic thing that was done. Maybe it's still current. Phil's our resident expert
on Roman Cyprus.
Just the making of community making of halloumi.
Oh yeah, that was how they used to. That's how they used to do it.
Yeah. So it's how
I'm bringing it back, lads. I'm bringing it back.
Some people in Cyprus genuinely got their surnames from the parts of the process that they took part in when making the communal halloumi. They then established that as their surname. So
what, Mickey? You're not telling me Mickey Way is named after?
No, because whey isn't part of the process. Whey is a byproduct of the cheese making process. But like
Russell
if he
barbecue,
Concurdle
barbecue. Well, no, I'm talking about
Barry Broil.
Barry brining, that would work. Boil, yeah, something like that. So, yeah, but in Greek,
right?
Or Cypriot, obviously.
Okay.
Anyway, is anyone eating catfish? Just we used to have a catfish in our fish tank, and it just sucked the edge of the tank, didn't it? Just
I ate guppies quite regularly as well, which is a shame.
Yeah. Not Clive Guppy, the Leicester midfielder. Must make that clear.
Not who? Sorry.
Clive Guppy, the ex.
No, it wasn't Clive Guppy.
No, it wasn't Clive.
Steve Guppy.
Steve Guppy, Leicester.
Oh dear, you've let yourself down on a couple of occasions tonight, Phil. You really have.
It's just really struggling. I miss Harry.
Where's Harry?
Exactly. Yeah, where's Harry? Do you want me to? Yeah, okay.
Harry, where's Harry? Harry!
Joe says, I like halloumi in various different guises, but halloumi fries are unacceptable. Discuss. Wow, surely they're the best way to have halloumi, aren't they? Fried?
Yeah, I mean this is a short discussion. Oh, I love a halloumi fry. Oh, halloumi fry, perfect. Yes, please.
There's a burger bar in Bournemouth, which is our nearest sort of town. Unless you live near Blandford, and they do them in southern fried chicken batter, and that's very nice.
Oh, they are immense. Yeah, that was exactly where my head went when I heard halloumi fries. We're in the restaurant in Bournemouth.
I had today. I tried the now available at Burger King. Burger King, second shout out to Burger King tonight. You can only hope that the sponsorship is soon to follow.
I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take Burger King sponsorship. But I do think they are inferior in the takeaway game.
Okay. Fine. Well, I went there and they served me some what are they called now? Dorito. What's the nice Doritos?
Chili Heatwave.
Chili Heatwave Dorito chicken fries. So basically, what they were was long strips of chicken in the Chili Heatwave Dorito breadcrumb.
I've got something I'd like to say at this point. A, how were they?
Really very nice.
B, Walkers, which I believe are called Lays around the rest of the world. Yeah. Walkers crisps have just started doing a limited edition Doritos Chili Heatwave flavor crisp.
Oh no!
It is rubbish. It tastes just like ketchup crisps, tomato ketchup crisps. Don't fall for it. Don't waste your money even trying it. Just trust me on this one.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on.
Oh, what is it? Christmas?
Hello. Yeah. Okay, bear with me. It's Burger King, Phil. They're on the phone offering us a sponsorship deal.
Not interested.
He says he's not interested.
Yep.
They're offering you 3 free with an F flame grilled Whoppers for us of the year.
You know what? I've never had a Whopper. Never will. Don't want one. Thanks.
He says he's never had one.
You
never
can stick
will.
your Whopper.
He says you can stick your Whopper. They say they've just started doing milkshakes. What about free milkshakes for the rest of the year?
Are they milkshakes, or have they chucked loads of ice in it like KFC?
Let me check. Sorry. Are they milkshakes, or have you just chucked loads of ice in it? They say they are milkshakes.
I struggle to trust them because when I was younger, I didn't have hardly any money, and I once bought a triple cheeseburger that they advertised, and it looked huge, and I got it, and it was about the size of my middle fingernail, and I don't think I can trust them ever again.
Did you give him the middle fingernail?
Yeah, he says he can't trust you on something about his middle fingernail. I'll have to come back to you. Okay, all right, bye now. Bye. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, sorry. We don't. It'd be nice to have a huge sponsorship deal. Of course, it would, but the chances are limited, and let's not. We've got to have morals.
Oh.
Yeah. We'd take sponsorship from the Cypriot government, though, wouldn't we? And
that's
Halloumi.
Oh, for sure, Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. If the Cypriot government wanted to hook us up with some of their sweet, sweet boats, that would be lovely.
I was going with Halloumi, but yeah, we have some boats as well.
I mean, we're quite near the sea, and
I mean, to be fair, they can keep their olives. I don't want them.
No,
they didn't. Well, I don't mind an olive. If I'm hungry, an olive is lovely.
Who's your favourite olive?
Oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil from Popeye.
Yeah.
Mine are the dance duo from the 90s who sang "You're Not Alone." You're not alone.
Probably Fearbold from childhood. He was always good for a laugh. Olive Fearbold.
Okay.
He was always a lot of fun. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yes. More.
Oh, yeah.
More. They say more. Nick says, other than fries, what's the best way to use halloumi?
To use it,
I've got an alternative use. Yeah, well, if you ever bite into halloumi, you may think, that's what I've always imagined biting into a flip-flop would be like. It's very similar consistency. So I would suggest making a milk-based shoe. That's
and you can refrigerate it as well, I suppose. And it would retain the cold quite well.
It would be lovely.
What about on a hot day? Imagine walking on the pavement on a hot day. You'd have a lovely smell of halloumi grilling on your feet.
Cheesy feet, lads.
Yeah.
Is it 'cause I'm cool?
No, it's not. Joe has then responded to Nick and said that this recipe is top drawer: fried halloumi cheese with lime and caper vinaigrette. From Delia Online.
Chimichanga dressing.
Chimichanga.
Yeah.
You trying to sound cool, Mike?
Yeah.
Have you ever had chimichanga?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. I always thought until tonight when I was delving into the questions, for some reason I always thought capers were fish. So
it's because you quite often have them with anchovies, I think.
That's right.
Fish.
So I've never had capers because I associate them with
There's
fish.
a lot of people out there advertising halloumi Yorkshire puddings.
What?
Yeah, honestly, there's loads of them out there. Loads of them. Halloumi Yorkshire puddings.
Well, I don't even understand what that would be.
Well, you preheat your oven to 230 degrees if it's a fan. And in a large measuring jug, you whisk together some milk, some eggs, some sifted plain flour. Pop them into the fridge. When the oven's hot, fill each round of a muffin with sunflower oil, obviously, and pop them back in for 15 to 20 minutes till it's smoking. Then you coarsely grate some halloumi and some mint and some sesame seeds into the mixture.
Okay.
Pop it in. Apparently they're fantastic.
So what we're hearing, we've got Yorkshire puddings with cheese in and other things. Okay. I'm with. I think I follow it now.
I don't think you'd even taste it.
Well, apparently they're very good.
Have you ever grated halloumi? Sorry, Lewis, I don't want to, touchy subject. Grating. Have you ever grated halloumi?
No, I haven't.
Because it comes in. I don't know about anywhere else in the world. Please do let us know how you get your halloumi packed. But usually it's vacuum packed in like a rectangular block that is already pre-cut into 4 or 5 slices, and then you wouldn't be able to grate that. I mean, there's not much protection in the cheese. Nick says, "Is halloumi acceptable on crackers at Christmas?" That is interesting.
No.
Because you got to cook it, haven't you?
You've got to cook
it. Would you be in halloumi raw?
No.
People do. I mean, people.
Okay.
I don't think they must have done in the past.
Yeah. I just that wouldn't run through my head to not cook it in some way. I suppose. Yeah. At Christmas, are you going to be sitting there grilling a bit of halloumi to put on a cracker?
No.
You wouldn't put feta on a cracker either, though, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
No, come on. There's nothing sacred.
No, I mean, and you're getting your cheese board at Christmas, aren't you? With your lovely little bottle of port on the side. You're not getting halloumi as part of that.
You're already well catered for. We don't need to bring halloumi into the mix at Christmas.
Yeah.
Are you well catered for because they are better cheeses than halloumi?
Yes.
Is the cheese board the ultimate test as to what are good cheeses?
Well, I think what are good cheeses with crackers.
Yeah, agreed.
With the exception, it is a roulade by any other name, but Boursin really should be a staple of any cheese and cracker situation.
I don't know how Boursin are still in business.
What?
Who's buying Boursin at any time between?
I am every Christmas.
Yeah, between January and October. Who's buying Boursin?
Oh, lovely with some jambon in the summer and a baguette.
Oh,
is it?
But surely no one is picking it up without saying Le Pan, Le Boursin.
That's it. Good marketing. That's why they're still
that is. It's just brilliant marketing. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you've got opinions too, gents. Andy says, "Is it still halloumi if it's made with cow's milk instead of goat's and sheep's milk?"
I feel like you've addressed this, haven't you, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, they sometimes in Cyprus they make it with cow's milk now. The actual process of making the cheese hasn't changed. It's easier. They can get bulk materials. So yeah, I think it still is. The recipe is not sacred. The method is. Gemma says, "Halloumi squeaking in the mouth. Is this a good thing, a la popping candy, or a bad thing? Discuss." No, discuss. Discuss, she has no interest in. There's a time and a place for Olympic sports, and it's not now.
That's a different podcast.
Yes.
I quite like the kind of the squeaky bite of a piece of halloumi.
I prefer the gooey bit. So I think you're only getting the squeaky bit off the stuff that hasn't been thoroughly melted. You're only getting it around the edges. And I'm a bigger fan of the gooey side of halloumi.
Does halloumi ever thoroughly melt?
It
always holds. I'd say it's still got quite a hard texture to it at all times. It's not mozzarella.
It's not mozzarella, which is its downfall, I would say, if anything, because I blooming love a mozzarella. But
does halloumi go gooey?
I think it does go gooey.
It burns.
Yeah, I'm not sure it does.
Gooey would imply some kind of elasticity. It would mean that you could pull it and it would still stay as one.
Yeah, I think it would just tear.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Phil on this. I think you're
right.
confusing. You're confusing your cheeses.
Okay. All right, settle down. Okay.
I think on that basis, that it's dropped down a couple of places in my cheese top 20.
Right.
Yeah, I do need the
what's
cheese.
Your top 3 cheeses, Phil? Just and maybe this is a good way to finish. What are your top 3 cheeses?
Extra mature, vintage cheddar, preferably Tickler, which these days you can rarely get anywhere but Waitrose.
Yeah.
Sad times. Waitrose is a very expensive shop. But
well, you say that. You arrived at my door yesterday having done your big shop at Waitrose.
Well, no.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Breaking news.
I'm outing you. I'm outing you.
Yeah.
Listen. Waitrose, feel free to get in touch about sponsorship. The situation was I went into Waitrose to get a couple of bits because I was in a town where my options were Sainsbury's or Waitrose, and Sainsbury's I don't like the way they organize their shops. Nothing is in a sensible order to me. And I went to Waitrose because I had to carry my stuff less distance to the car because I've got a wrist injury. So if anything, I was protecting my injured cartilage.
I'm surprised you just didn't take a disabled bay somewhere, with that poorly wrist of yours.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've got to wear straps on it and stuff.
Honestly, he rocked up, Lewis, with a Waitrose bag for life. And it was.
Oh, he's even bought bags.
Honestly, he'll be renaming his kids Felicity and Oscar before we know it. And he's only got girls.
Honestly, the Waitrose bag for life is, last time I got one was 50p. It is lined with black inside, which I believe has some sort of thermal properties, keeps things nice and cool. The structure of that bag, when you compare it to, let's say, Morrison's, who give you a plastic bag for life for 60p, and it is in no way anywhere near the structural integrity of the Waitrose bag. I think bang for buck, the Waitrose bag is the best carrier bag out there right now.
Wow, good people of Alderholt. Watch out for Phil Botto's Ocado delivery coming to a road near you anytime soon.
Let me tell you, I had an Ocado delivery once because
of course you did.
Because I had a £20 voucher, and that was even then more expensive than a normal Tesco shop or something.
Presumably, you had a bit of a tweak to the knee or something that week and couldn't be bothered to go out and drive. Were unable to drive, and so Ocado had to come out to you, did they?
I believe it was when food delivery services, from supermarkets became a thing, maybe like 10 years ago or whatever. They were all sort of vying for your business, so they were all chucking out vouchers, free delivery for a year or whatever. And Ocado did it might have even been £30 off if you spent over 80 quid or something. So yeah, it was worth testing it. And for that day, I mean, my neighbours must have looked at me and thought, "Wow, look at this guy."
Yeah,
in his clapped out Ford Focus getting his Ocado delivery.
And I can confirm we did think that, as I live around the corner from you about 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you've got Tickler, Phil, in your top 3 because this is the big finish.
Oh, right, yeah.
Tickler.
Well, I love a Parmesan.
A Parmesan.
Yeah. It's got to be a Parmesan second, and then probably Dunkers.
Really Dunkers.
with the garlicky, not the plain breadsticks. I want the
I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, not really. I do like a mozzarella.
Would you rather finish your Dairy first or your Dunkers first?
Always get. If you've got leftover Dairy Lee, your little finger. I don't know about yours, but my little finger is almost, millimeter for millimeter the same size and shape of the breadstick. So it is good for just slopping in there and.
The real, I think somebody's really, I can't say that. Somebody's really got their stuff together. And I have utmost respect for as the sort of person that can finish last breadstick, last bit of Dairy bob on.
Yeah, I mean, was it the choc dips? Was it
yes.
Horrible. Didn't
back
like them.
in the day.
Yeah.
Didn't like them. Anyway, Lewis, your top three cheeses.
In at 3, I'm going to go mozzarella. A new entry at number 2, I would say a camembert.
Oh yeah.
And
wow, okay.
and number 1 this week would be Roquefort.
Oh yes, bit of Roquefort.
Oh yeah, smelly, strong, bit of blue.
Bit of blue for the dads.
Bit of blue for the dads, especially at Christmas.
Lovely. Well, seeing as you're asking.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Well, mine would be mozzarella number 1.
Mozzarella number 1, okay.
It'd be dairy slices number 2.
Sorry?
They're really thick and very white. They're good.
Do you mean and you actually mean the brand Dairy Lee slices, not just sliced cheese?
Not standard cheese slices, Dairy Lee slices, the next level.
What we would call American cheese.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Well, actually, no. Oh God. Now I'm torn. No, I'm scooping it out. I'm not counting that as it's too processed. I'm going Boursin.
Oh
and then
goodness, let me find France.
Okay, there we go. But number 3, and it's great because you can do lawn green bowls with it before you eat it. Edam, brilliant, brilliant,
good.
Absolutely fantastic. We should one night, lads. We should have a game of lawn green bowls with Edam.
Edam is made backwards.
It's got the curve.
Thanks, Lewis.
I'm there.
It's got the bias. It's got the bias and everything where the label is. It is perfect.
I think I would be decent at lawn green bowls, and I'm just waiting for an age where they would accept me.
Oh, I went. So only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because a couple of years ago you were that age, so that's not a problem.
Brilliant. I went a couple of years ago with my children. They put a thing out upon the social media and said, "Oh, we're having an open day at our Lawn Green Bowls Club. We'd welcome anybody that would like to try it. It's great fun." And my kids were doing my nutting, so we took them out for the afternoon and took a drive to the local Lawn Green Bowls Club. Well, you should have seen their faces when we got out of the car. They were horrified, absolutely horrified. What were this family doing? And they said, "Oh, can we help you?" I said, "Oh, yes. We've come to try the lawn green bowls." "Oh, have you? Oh, okay." Yeah, absolutely terrified by anybody under the age of 80 wanting to play. We had a few goes. The kids were getting in everyone's way, to be honest. So we left shortly afterwards. But I'd like to get into it, and I think Edam does offer you that opportunity.
Do you know Edam's made backwards? It's very
strange. Sorry, you did it. Did you do that earlier and I just ignored you?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's really good. Really good. It's no Philly cheese mistake, but it's good.
No, that's true. I quite like people who do lawn green bowls because during the summer they keep me in business because I make belts. That's my real job. That isn't this podcast. And white belts they fly in the summer. They absolutely fly, and they're all going to the lawn green bowlers.
Right.
Yeah, they want a white belt with their white suit because they need to be visible.
How much is it going to cost me to set up a game of lawn green bowls with Edam next time we get together?
With Edam, I mean, if you're buying Edam, is usually in a segment shape.
Yeah, no, I want the whole thing.
You want the whole ball.
Okay, so on Amazon they're $27.95 each. That's expensive, isn't it?
Are we hiring a green, or are we making do with someone's back garden?
I will play on the Astro in my back garden.
Okay, all right.
But that does feel like quite an expensive game now.
And how many balls each? And can you get different colours to different strengths of Edam?
You'd need what, half a dozen each? I mean, I'd be cheaper just buying a PlayStation 5 and just, I don't know, there must be a lawn green bowling game on the PlayStation. Just playing that, really.
You know what? I don't think there is.
What about on my virtual reality headset?
I even then I think it's a stretch.
I'm gonna check quickly. Lawn green bowls, because there's an opening here. It's there. Lawn bowls VR. Yeah, it is there. It's available. Right, virtual lawn bowls. I think that's going to be cheaper, lad. Sorry, it was a nice idea, but I've very quickly gone off it.
a game in which we could then effectively eat the components afterwards would have been fun.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sometimes you get a sort of novelty Scrabble at Christmas, which is chocolates, covered in the letters, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a similar game. Anyway, gents,
maybe one day, Phil. You're probably more likely, what with your Waitrose shopping and stuff, you're more likely to be able to afford that kind of thing. But
what eat down?
Yeah.
I've literally been to Waitrose, and it wasn't a big shop, right?
Oh, he's protesting too much.
Right.
All right, don't worry.
Bearing in mind my, as I previously stated, degenerative cartilage injuries I have on my wrists.
Yeah.
I went into Waitrose and I got a basket. I knew we needed some essentials, but I wasn't feeling great. I didn't want to do a big shop.
Yeah.
So I got some milk, got some bread, got some fruit. Strawberries were a very good price. They were on offer, about 25% off, if I remember rightly. So some nice British strawberries to celebrate Wimbledon. No spoilers, please. I've recorded the final, so I'll watch that later.
Well, that's time-stamped this beautifully.
Yeah. This is
we haven't said what year.
That's true.
Yep, true.
And Andy Murray wins. Oh, sorry.
So then I filled my basket up, and very quickly I realised I should have had a trolley, and then I had 8 pints of milk in my right hand, the basket on the inner elbow here, and then in this hand I had 2 6-packs of crisps and 2 loaves of bread, which I was holding as well.
Mismanaged.
And I was very mismanaged. I walked towards the checkouts and there were huge queues. And the lady said, "Oh, you can go to the kiosk if you want." No, I can't. I've got more than 10 items. So in the end, I had to just hold them like some sort of heroic strongman. And when I got in,
sorry. Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's a boring story or what, but Burger King are back in touch. Hi, Burger King. They're offering you chicken royales for the next 6 months.
Does anyone actually go into a like a McDonald's or a Burger King and order the chicken?
Well, if you happen to go to the Fleet branch of Fleet Services Burger King after midnight on a Sunday, all they will serve you is chicken. This Mike will testify to this. Our experience last weekend.
Yeah, that was our experience.
It was our experience, and then the people behind us managed to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I'm going to take that up with these guys after we finish up. So
if you could,
yeah.
Well, that feels like as good a way to end as any, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely, gents. It's been a pleasure. It's Hallou from me. Oh, no, it's not. Gosh. It's goodbye from me. Oh gosh, it's been so tired. My arms still ache from all the shopping. It's messed with my head. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.